What up, what up, what up? What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me? Yo, let me know if you can hear me okay. Hello, hello. What's going on? We've got 44 people in the chat so far. You guys can hear me, right? Nice, 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 nice. Awesome, awesome. So let's get started. Let's get started. So thank you guys for joining. I'm pretty sure we'll have some more people popping in. Yeah, I just wanted to do this live stream, the first live stream of 2019. And yeah, so let's just hang out. What's up, we fancy? Cedric Teacher. I've been hearing that all week. All right, what's going on, Shelly? I see Jackie. I see Lisa Flores. Lily Cakes, what's going on? Johnny, just had my first day of teaching. It was brutal. Are you teaching in Korea, Johnny? Marissa, what's going on? Kobe, what's up, man? Good to see everybody. Kate from Australia. What's going on, Kate? Good morning. Sunyoung, good morning. Man, what's going on, everyone? I love the energy. For a lot of you guys, it's nighttime, though. I know a lot of you guys are in the west or in the east side of the west. So you guys are what, 7? No. It's 9 o'clock on the east side, right? East Coast. And I think it's what, 5 or 6 West Coast? Oh, Yonza, hello. Got one of my students up in here. Yo, it's so cool. I hope you guys are doing well. So let me just let you guys know how I want to do this. I mean, it's let's just chill today. Let's just hang out for about an hour or so. We might go a little longer depending on how things go and the questions that you guys might want to ask me. But also, I want to talk about 2019 and goals and plans. Not only my plans, but really I want to hear from you guys and see what you guys got going on as well. And yeah, let's just see if we can motivate each other a little bit and make stuff happen this year, man. Because one thing about me, and for some of you guys who have been following me for a while, you guys know that I love goals and I love being motivated by them and I love making things happen. So, hopefully you guys are in the same boat. And if not, maybe something today will spark that in you. So, I don't know. I'm excited about this year and the things that are going to happen. So anyways, that's basically what we're going to do today. So look at that. It's 6:06 in Cali, 9:06 nighttime. So you must be, let's see, East Coast. Before we get started, let's see. Some of you guys have been giving me roll call, right? Telling me where you are. We've got Cali in the house. Earlier I saw Texas. We've got Atlanta. I think Kobe's out in Atlanta. We've got Virginia. Anybody from North Carolina right now? NC. Yes, 11:07 in Korea. Missouri. Oh, snap. Thailand. What's up, King? I know you're chilling out in Thailand. Dimitri, yes. What's going on, brother? Texas, India. Man, we've got people from all across the world. Isn't that awesome? Sweet. Jackie from Elizabeth City, NC. Sweet. All right, so yeah, guys, let's get started. You can ask questions at any point today, but before we actually get into that, I do want to say that I was really working hard to get this live stream up and running, and I actually wanted to use my DSLR. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it to work properly, and if anything, it's my fault. But I was up until a little after 2 in the morning trying to figure it out, and I think I troubleshot it. So, but yeah, I bought this cool little box here, which was supposed to allow me to connect my camera to the computer, but I got the wrong cable. So Unfortunately, I'm using my MacBook Pro, but yeah, I think the image is still okay for now. But hopefully by the next stream, I'll be able to hook this up, and then you guys will have full HD streaming. And yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there. From Germany, Nicaragua, LA. You know, I've never been to LA. I've lived in the United States for 32 years. Well, no, actually, about 31 years. And I've never been to California, ever. It's crazy. Ari Lee, that's good to hear. Glad you watched my videos. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, go ahead and pop them my way. But yeah, let's just start talking about some goals. I have a couple of goals that I wrote down, actually. I don't know if you guys know Sean Pablo. He's a YouTuber here in Korea, and he has a channel where he does a lot of street interviews or interviews with guests. And he's a foreigner. He's from the States, and his content's about Korea, and he also speaks fluent Korean. And so his channel's doing quite well right now. And so yeah, me and him were talking the other day, and we were just talking about goals. And he was like, yo, just write them down and send them to me. And I was like, okay, why not? So that kind of got me thinking, because I internalize all my goals and they're all in my head, but I actually didn't write them down, at least for this year. So I went ahead and wrote them down. So that's kind of where the inspiration of this video came from, or this stream. But I think it's good to write stuff down. That way you can keep it in front of you, and obviously you can hold yourself accountable. But also when you share it with other people, obviously, you know, they can hold you accountable. And if you put something out there, you need to make sure you do it, right? Okay, so I've got a couple of goals written down, and they're related to fitness, they're related to YouTube, they're related to business, and a couple of other things. And so just throughout the stream, I'm going to be talking about mine, and you guys can feel free to let me know what your goals are as we're talking through them. So see if you got any questions here. Chicago. Yo, the Phenom, what's going on, brother? Let's see. Taylor asks, would a non-Korean speaker have a hard time in Korea? I think generally speaking, it really depends, but generally speaking, no, depending on where you are. So if you are in some of the bigger cities like Seoul or Busan, even where I'm living in Daejeon, you can get by just fine, because even though Korean is the main language here, it's so English friendly. And everywhere you go, whether it's you're using public transportation or you're at a store, you're at the restaurant, there's like so much stuff that's written in English. And so you'll have an easy time overall with, like, you know, your day-to-day stuff, you know, getting your food, getting around public transportation. As far as communicating with people, that really depends as well. You know, what's cool about Korea is even though a lot of Koreans here aren't super fluent in English, many Koreans, especially the younger Koreans, they have a basic understanding of English and, you know, comprehension. So yeah, I would say probably way more than a place like Japan. Like when I went to Tokyo, it was a little bit more difficult for me to get around. Not to say that they're not English friendly, but Korea is it's definitely English friendly for the foreigner, I would say. So if English is your thing, then I think you'll have an okay time. But yeah, we can get deep into that as well. So let's see here. Hajin, hello. One of my students from yesterday, this past week's camp. I got to tell you guys how my job works, because I'm an Epic teacher, but yeah, I have an interesting setup that's not like any other Epic teacher. So I was the lucky one. So I'll tell you about that later. What is your favorite Korean food? Samgyeopsal, hands down. I love anything pork, and samgyeopsal is my favorite. So I really love that. But I love anything that's like gogi or meat. So let's see. What's the scent of the candle? I don't know. Let's see. It's jasmine. It smells pretty nice. I just do it for the atmosphere, to set the mood. So Would you ever have a meet and greet? Asha, yeah, definitely. I want to have a meet and greet here in Korea for sure. Definitely, probably in Seoul. My plan is to move to Seoul. I'll talk a little bit more about that soon as well. But yeah, I want to have some meet and greets starting probably in Seoul. And if I ever go to the States, if there's enough people in a certain area, maybe some of the bigger cities like New York, or even if I can make it to Cali and if there's enough people, then yeah, definitely we could do a meet and greet. That would be cool. Taylor asked, do you plan to live in Korea forever? By the way, if I skip your question, guys, I'm going to try to scroll up and stay up. But yeah, please forgive me. Yeah, I do plan on staying in Korea for the long term. Right now, as it stands, I do plan on staying here forever. But I say that not really knowing what the future holds, obviously. But my intention is to stay here forever and to build my life here. And I've got different plans, in terms of doing that. But if I ever become like one of those, I guess like digital nomads or whatnot, Korea will probably be my home base at this point. So, but my plan is to stay here forever and ever. I like the shirt. It matches the topic. Yes, thank you. I like the shirt too. It was like $10. I bought it here in Korea somewhere. I forgot where. This thing is holding up. Like some of my cheapest t-shirts, they last the longest. I had this one, for anyone who's known me for years, like I got this one shirt at Walmart, which is, if you don't know what Walmart is in the States, it's like one of the biggest, like, I guess, discounts, It's not a department store, but it's just a store. It's kind of like E-Mart here in Korea. But yeah, I bought a Coca-Cola t-shirt. And I bought that maybe 10, 11 years ago. And I literally just retired it last year. And I wore that thing, I kid you not, hundreds of times. And that thing held up. Because I used to work out in it every week. And I used to just wear it. So, but yeah, thank you for the comment on the shirt. Let's see. Let me see. I saw a question earlier. I like the question. Who are your biggest YouTube influencers? Was it? Let's see. Yeah. So Copen asked, who is your biggest YouTube influencer? I would have to say We Fancy. We Fancy is. No, but seriously, let's see. I've got a good handful. So, and I have a lot of different YouTube influencers who have influenced me in different ways. So, one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, and this might sound funny to some of you guys who actually knows who this is Jen M. All right, so Jen M is a Korean American based YouTuber out in Cali, and I've been following her channel for, I don't know, since 2012, and really because I just thought she was really pretty. And I also enjoyed her content, but she does a lot of, or at least back in the day, she used to do a lot of clothes and fashion and like lookbook videos and sometimes like makeup stuff, which I didn't really get into the makeup stuff, but I really just liked her approach to YouTube, and she was pretty creative, and she's still doing her thing. So she was one of my first like actual YouTube influencers, and this is way before I even started my channel or even thought about it. So she's one of them. When it comes to, let's see, when it comes to YouTubers in Korea, there are a handful of them. And, I was kind of joking about We Fancy, but I'm for real. Like, We Fancy, those boys, they really inspired me when I first started my YouTube journey, and really even right before, because I was following them, and I really appreciated their content, right? And not only the type of content, but the quality of the content. And so I really love that because they take their craft seriously. And so they inspired me on the YouTube end to really push myself and to push my quality as well. And, actually they know this, I shared this with them, but one of my goals in 2017, at the end of 2017 for 2018 was to really, in a friendly way, to beat them, which... since they're in the chat, that won't happen, boys. That won't happen. Don't worry. But it really pushed me to push my content, to upgrade my gear and things like that. So it's a good thing, right? Some other people, I don't know if Mike is in the chat, and His name is Mike Coleman. He's a YouTuber here in Korea, and his channel name is Mike Cole. As a matter of fact, tonight I'm going live with a video featuring him, so it's the first time he's going to be on my channel. He was one of my first YouTubers in Korea that inspired me as well, because he did a video on actually interviewing another Black and Korean girl. And that video was doing well, and I was like, you know what, that would be a good idea for me to do. And that really sparked me telling my story. And before that, my channel was just really about Epic, and I even had like a Miami vlog. I didn't really have that much of a like aim or focus for my channel. And then when I saw that video, and this is way before I even met him, I was inspired to tell my story. And really, because I started telling my story, I fell in love with storytelling. And that really got my channel up from, I think I had like maybe, I was under 200 subscribers for sure, and that got me up to my first 2,000. So that was pretty cool. So anyways, got them. I've got Mitch and Alex Segris. He's definitely an inspiration as well. Love his on-camera personality. So I mean, there's so many people here, and let's see, I can go on, but let me get to some more questions. If you could only make one video this year, what would it be? Man, you know what? That's a good question. Actually, if I can use this as an answer, the video that I came out with last Saturday, the one with my mom, that would be the one video. Like, if I couldn't make any more videos this year, I would be okay. Like, if like my hands are tied behind my back, because that tells a story of my parents, and it's something that for me, I'm going to be able to keep for the rest of my life, and then share that with my kids and their kids, so on and so forth. So if I can use that as an answer, that would be the one video. Let's see. Let's see, Eddo? Is that how you say your name? You love old K-pop songs? I do too, man. I got into K-pop literally during the first wave in the 90s. So when Skycedi was still doing a thing. So yes, I'm diehard like old school fan for sure. Let's see here. Lindsay says, you went through Korean Horizons and the Epic program. Do you still recommend going through them for teaching in Korea? 100%. Korean Horizons, really it's a very professional company, but it's a very small team. It's really one guy that runs pretty much everything, but he will take care of you. So I had absolutely no issues with working with Korean Horizons. Definitely recommend it, because what you're doing is you're leveraging Korean Horizons, and you're leveraging them as the middle person. It's not going to bring any harm to you. It's not going to decrease your chances. If anything, it'll probably increase your chance of getting accepted, because they're going to train you in how to interview, and they're going to just let you know everything you need to know about Korea, moving to Korea, teaching in Korea. So I definitely recommend them. Kate, how's winter camp going? I'm going to answer that more in detail in a few minutes, because Kate, you may not even know, but I'm not at a regular public school, even though I came through the Epic program. So I actually have camps all year long, and so I'll explain that in a little bit. But we just finished the camp yesterday, and it was one of my favorite camps, not going to lie. And I have to be careful, because I have some of the students in here actually right now. They found my YouTube channel. I think through Facebook, but it's family friendly, so it's cool. Let's see. I really loved and appreciated your video with your mom explaining the relationship, I guess, with my father. Thank you so much for watching. Do you miss any American food? Yeah, I miss like good old American like breakfast, like pancakes and waffles and eggs, and like I just miss being able to eat that anytime. What else do I miss? I don't know. I miss like certain chains and certain restaurants, like Chipotle. Even though Chipotle was like okay when I was there, like just the fact that I can't eat it now, like I miss it even more. So I miss Chipotle for sure. Let's see. What would be your favorite old school K-pop records? YG or SM? My all-time favorite, one of my all-time favorite records would be Skycedi wa Idol. the very first album. That's one of my top. I want to say top 10 favorite like albums or records ever. And it's because if you guys don't know who Skycedi is, he had a group. It was like a three crew group where they were really the first ones to introduce, I guess, a new style of music to the Korean pop scene. Before that, it was more I don't know, more ballady based or more I forget the term, but it's another style of music that Koreans were used to in the pop world. And they came in and they brought rap, and they also brought sampling and music, and they brought like dynamic dancing and choreography. And so they were the ones to really if it wasn't for them, I really don't think K-pop would be what it is, right? So let's see. Gets pen and paper. Take them notes. I don't know what you're talking about, we fancy. Blooming anyway. What's up, Nuna? Is YouTube big there amongst native Koreans? Usually they have different media platforms in the West. YouTube is actually, it's a growing thing among native Koreans here as well. I don't know specifics or details, but I do know that there are like tons of channels that are either starting up, and there are some like channels that are getting big now in Korea. I think a couple of years ago, and if anyone knows and you want to chime in the comments, cool. But I think a couple of years ago it wasn't as big, and there weren't like many big Korean channels, but now there are. There are like channels in the millions of subscribers now, and I'm not really even counting like the big companies like SM or YG or anything like that, but just like regular content creators are starting to get big here. So yeah, let's see. I really love to visit Korea. I live in Europe, am black and a student. How can I do that? You just buy a plane ticket. Make sure your travel fees is good. Yeah, I mean it's real simple. Nothing too complicated with that. You shouldn't have any issues if you live in Europe as far as getting in the country. So yeah, just make it happen, man. If you can't connect with people here prior to coming, or if you wanted to do some sort of exchange program at a college, you can do that. Or just come to visit. Let's see. I love so much the video you did with your mom and the whole story. It was awesome. She was a professional. She didn't look nervous or anything. She was great. It's crazy. I actually didn't know my mom was that good of a storyteller. And she was just like a one-take person on the camera. Like I barely had to do any edits. It was so easy to edit my mom. Yeah, so she was very good, and she was very like authentic and upfront. So it was pretty cool. So let's see. Man, you guys are popping out some good questions. I'm trying to keep up. What's your favorite K-pop band? I'm not like a diehard K-pop fan now. Let me take that back. I am a fan of K-pop, but not in a sense of like following every group that comes out. It's just too much to keep up with for me right now. But as far as just K-pop, because I do like Korean R&B, I like some Korean hip hop as well. Those are like different genres to me. But as far as like mainstream K-pop, I love Red Velvet and Twice. And I don't get into guy groups as much these days. But I do like BTS. I guess some of their songs. EXO's cool. 101's cool. But mostly I just kind of listen to them while I work out. Let's see. What advice would you give to your 25-year-old self? To not care about what people thought of me. I think that would be the first advice I would give to myself. I used to care so much about like people accepting me, and I used to worry so much about what they thought about me to where it almost it did impact a lot of decisions that I made, like big and small. So now I don't really care. I just kind of do my thing. I think the older you get, the more you just kind of realize that you can just live life comfortably without worrying about the thoughts or opinions of others, because they're not going to bed thinking about you. Right? They're not, whatever decision you make is not going to really impact them, for the most part. So, yeah, whatever. So I think I would definitely tell the 25-year-old me that. for sure. Let's see. Love your videos, although am too lazy to watch one. Really? How does that work? I appreciate it. I appreciate it nonetheless. Would you write a book about the entire experience that you're getting over there or anything else? Maybe eventually. I do want to get into writing. I don't consider myself like a great writer, but I can put my thoughts coherently on paper. And so maybe if I had a good editor, yeah, definitely. But I think I do want to write a book just as a personal project, to maybe tell my story. But I'm more interested in telling my story through video. But yeah, that is an option. That is an option, but not anytime soon, I don't think. So, how many oranges do you think you could between your rock hard thighs in 1 minute? I don't know. I think I know what you're asking there. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Kind of an inside joke there. Let's see. I love Jen. I do too. She's married, unfortunately. She married Ben. But it's cool. It's cool. He's all right. All right. So, let's see. I'm like getting so far behind, guys. Sorry. Let's see. Let me answer a few more questions and I'll talk about one of my goals. See, Lily Cake says, I think it's really cool that your fan base is so diverse. Did you ever imagine becoming part of bridging the gap between Korean and American culture? Very good comment. No, I didn't really think about it until I would say probably last year or the year before, after I started YouTube. Before then, I was just more concerned about just, I don't know, doing my own thing and worrying about my own self and my own life. But I see the power of what YouTube can do and telling stories and bridging the gap between, so many different people and bringing more of an understanding between cultures. And I don't claim to be a culture expert or anything like that, but I can speak from my experiences. And so it seems to really work well for not only myself, but for the people who are watching my videos. So that's got me thinking, because I don't want to just like make videos for myself just to do it. I don't want to just live for myself, right? I want to add value to the world, to society, to people. And I think that's a good way for me to do that, because right now in the cultural climate, especially in the West, but even here in Korea, even though it's different, there's such a misunderstanding about culture and other people. And if I can do anything to just kind of bridge that gap a little bit, then yeah, I want to do it for sure. So let's see here. Skycedi is legend for sure, 100%. What's up, Aaron? Waffle House should branch out to other countries. You know what? Waffle House is one of those things where in the States, it was there, and I'm glad it was there, and I would go there periodically, but it was nothing special. But now that I'm in Korea, I miss Waffle House for sure. So I agree. TVXQ. TVXQ is cool. I got into them when they became just like two people. I don't even know their names, but they're all right. That was like years ago. All right, let's see. DJ Doc, MC Sniper, SES Finkel. Yes, Ihyori was. She was my first K-pop crush back in, I want to say 1999, 2000. She was my first K-pop crush, and she's married too, but it's okay. Okay. What are your top 3 노래방 songs? And can you give us a quick demo? I don't know about the demo, but I could tell you my classic ending to 노래방, to any session, would be End of the Road by Boyz II Men. Let's see. And it depends on who I'm with. If I'm with more Korean people or more people that know a lot of Korean songs, I would sing like K-pop classics. Or I would sing like Taeyang's I Need a Girl, because that's kind of the anthem of my life. And I would also sing... Who else would I sing? I would sing like Skycedi songs. Yeah. Maybe G.O.D. If I'm with more like, I guess more foreigners, usually I'll stick to like some of the classic pop songs from like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, things like that, just to be stupid. But I love singing those. All right. SES is from 1997. Yeah, man. Okay, if given the chance, what celebrity would you collab with and why? Now that I'm in Korea, and this is kind of my zone right now, I definitely want to collab with some of the bigger name foreigners here, like Sam Ochiri. Definitely him. I want to collab with Han Hyunmin as well because he's a fellow half Korean, half African model here in Korea, and he's blowing up big time now. And I don't know if he knows it or not, but he's really like making a positive social change in society here because he's so mainstream now. So I definitely want to collab with him. I think I'll be able to make that happen though. So it's just a matter of timing. Yeah, so that would be cool. Let's see here. Okay, so what are your goals for 2019? I'll get to some more of your questions. Don't worry. Let's see. So let's start with one of my goals. One of my goals is related to fitness. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys know that I'm posting stories here and there about certain things that usually like maybe just me doing something in the gym, or more recently just kind of vocalizing my goals in terms of what I want to do. So for example, the other week I posted a video of me doing pull-ups, and right now I can do 25 pull-ups without letting go, and my year-end goal is 40. And the backstory behind that is actually a couple of years ago when I was living in New Jersey, one of my goals was to beat the world record and the amount of pull-ups I can do in 1 minute. And I believe at the time, I don't know what it is now, it was like 59. And so I was working towards that. So I was actually really trying to be like a pull-up king. But, now I don't really care to beat that necessarily, but I just want to get back to that, to my peak physical strength, which was around that era, 2012, 2013. I want to be able to do 40 pull-ups. I want to be able to get my bench press back up to 275. And as far as, I think the most I've ever done with 275 was 8 reps. I don't know if I'll be able to get up to that, but if I can do a solid 4 at 275 by the end of the year, I'm happy. So things like that, just like strength goals, because what I've noticed is ever since I moved to Korea, like I've been working out for 11 years consistently. And I'm talking like 5 to 6 days a week, going to the gym, weight training, and then usually cardio after. But this past year has been like the worst year for me in terms of like my motivation level. I've been consistent and disciplined and making myself go, but I don't know. I've just been going, right? So I think making these goals will kind of give me something to work for and increase that motivation. So so I want to get back into my peak physical strength and also conditioning, which was again about 5 years ago. So I need to clean up my diet for sure. I can't be eating ramen like all the time anymore. So I'm working on that, and also just to be very fit this year. So that's my fitness goal. I don't know if you guys have any fitness goals, but that's definitely mine. And I know I'll accomplish it, so I'll make it happen. But it's gonna be tough. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at Skycedi, and you can follow my stories. I'll be posting just updates throughout the year. And as a matter of fact, after the stream, I'm gonna go work out. And today I'm doing pull-ups again, so I think I could beat 25. So we'll see. All right. Let's see, Eddo. We should probably connect, man. We should connect. Let's see. Alyssa, are you taking Korean classes, or would you say that your Korean is conversationally fluent? I am not taking Korean classes. I'm just self-studying right now. It is conversationally fluent. My grammar is not great, and my vocabulary is very basic. But I can hold a conversation. I have some Korean friends that aren't comfortable in English, so we can hold conversations in Korean. But that brings up a good point. That's my That's another goal that I didn't even write down here. No, actually I did write it down, but just getting extremely fluent, comfortably fluent in Korean this year. So yeah, not taking classes at the moment. Not sure if I will. Okay. All right, Eddo, have a good night if you're still on. Looks like you're hopping off. The fitness posts are right on time, motivating others as you go, for sure, for sure. Yeah, if I can motivate you guys. Like, my thing is, I like to make goals, and when I do, like, New Year's resolutions, I just make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, I think people, and I don't say this in a shaming way at all, so don't take it like that, but I think people a lot of times, they make goals, and they do it well-intentioned, but then they don't take actionable steps to accomplish them. And I think I used to be that person in my younger years, in my early 20s, but then I think from my mid 20s on forward, I got in the mindset of like just taking action and not making excuses. Like, I really don't like to make excuses for myself. I don't like when people make excuses, and I just like to make it happen. Like, just do work, make stuff happen. So that's what I like to do with with my goals, and hopefully that motivates you guys, right? If you're not, if you feel like you're a procrastinator or anything like that, that's fine. I'm not like shaming you. Everyone has their thing, and that's just my thing, right? So, are you going to get plastic surgery? I don't think so. Do I need it? You think I need it? Don't answer that. Oh man, let's see. No, but seriously, I don't know if you meant that in a serious way, but I don't plan on it. But you never know. You never know. All right. If your life was a movie, what would the title be? Man. I don't know. It would be something. I want it to be like something short and punchy. Like, I don't know. It wouldn't be super original, but something like passion. Like, something cheesy like a boy's passion, a man's dream, or something like that. I don't know. Something to do with like motivation and just like me going from becoming like being one person, starting out as one person, and then like turning into this other person that, I don't know, hopefully did some great stuff. So that's a good question. What cameras do you use to take those awesome photos on your Instagram? I use this right here. This is the Canon 1DX Mark II. It's a DSLR, and it's like right before. This is like prosumer grade, so it's definitely expensive. It's a really solid photo camera and video camera. I use this to record a lot of my videos. Most of my vlogs I record on my smaller point and shoot camera, but yeah, this one is, man, I love this thing. This thing is amazing, and I'm just really now getting into photography, and so I probably haven't even maximized this camera yet, but I'm starting to really understand the ins and outs of photography, the camera, and also on the video end. So I use the Canon 1DX Mark II. The lens that I have on it right now is the 24mm. It's the 1.4 f-stop, so it's a wide open lens. I don't know if you know anything about photography, but wide open lens. It's got the red band around it. If you know anything about Canon lens, that means it's like one of the best quality lenses that you can get. So that's what I use. Aaron Humphrey. Let's see. Have a good night, man. All right. You don't plastic surgery. You look great. I don't need plastic. Thank you. Appreciate that. The couch is my goal. Do you plan to travel around South Korea? Yes, for sure. I wanna travel around South Korea. I didn't travel much at all this past year because just been so busy with either work or going up to Seoul and networking and shooting videos and collabing with people. So hopefully this year I could travel a little bit more. But I am going to be busy this year as well. but I do want to take time to travel. Let's see, Kate, I don't know if you're still in the room, but earlier Kate asked about how's winter camp going. Let me just explain about my situation real quick. So I am an EPIC teacher. I came through the EPIC program, but there is one special institute in Daejeon, which is called Daejeon English Camp. And basically, it's an institute that runs English camps year-round for different elementary and middle schools throughout Daejeon. So there's only one institute like it that I know of that EPIC recruits for, and it's still part of the public school system. So I've been placed there. So I don't have the normal hours or the normal schedules, and there's pros and cons to that. But yeah, basically we have set camps throughout the year, and they're week-long camps, and they're not even like most EPIC teachers, when they do winter camp or summer camp, they do like half days, right? So they'll finish at 12 or 1, and usually they'll have to desk warm for the rest of the day. Our camps start at 9, and it's just pretty much all the way up until 9 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And there are two other English teachers there that take turns staying until 9 p.m. So it's usually 9 to 6 unless we stay late and work overtime 9 to 9. So that's pretty much how our camps run. There are some weeks where we don't have camp, and those are either project planning times or desk warming. And so it's a pretty intense schedule. I honestly would rather be at a regular public school. But yeah, so winter camp has been year round for me, Kate. Let's see. 한글 읽을 수 있어요. Yes, I can read Korean. Let's see. 은진? I can't read Romanized Korean that well, though. It's really difficult. I think most people, once you learn Hangul, which is a Korean writing system, how to read Korean, it's hard to read Romanized English of Korean. So, Simply Deep, what's going on? 1985, were you born 1985? So was I. South Korea is popular for plastic surgery. Definitely, it is. One of the, probably, I think in the world, it's the country with the most plastic surgery. Do you speak fluent Korean? Yes, but not super strong. So fluent is kind of an arbitrary word because you can't really define fluent in a, I guess, statistical sense. But yeah, I can have conversations, not deep conversations, and I can understand way more than what I can speak. So yeah, I'm a fellow New Jerseyan. Mish Beats, where are you from in New Jersey? Let's see, the Happy Bunch says, you seem to have transitioned and adjusted to life in Korea so easily. Do you ever get lonely or homesick for America? I have not gotten homesick, and I wouldn't say I've been lonely, fortunately. I was actually a little bit more lonely when I was living in New Jersey for periods of time, but I do miss my family. I don't necessarily miss America. There are aspects that I miss about America, but I haven't felt homesick, so... but I think that's just my personality. Like when I moved from North Carolina to New Jersey, which were like two different worlds, I didn't feel homesick for North Carolina either. So I think that's just kind of my personality. I just adapt to wherever I go. So, do your students ever ask you about life in the U.S.? Yes, they do. I think they're very interested. The one thing about Korean students that I've noticed is they're very curious about foreign culture. And I don't know if that's really... just because of what they've been exposed to in media and YouTube now, but they're very curious. And we actually, I teach a culture class on American culture, and so there's a class that I actually teach in my camps, teaching them about American culture as much as I can within an hour time frame. And yeah, they eat it up, so they love it. 1985 in the house. That's right. How's your Korean accent? Some is good, some is bad. So some of the basic stuff is I can sound pretty native, and some of the other stuff I sound like a foreigner speaking Korean. So I'm gonna work on my accent this year as well. So Simply Deep, nice hair, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, I'm just going back up in the chat a little bit. Bergen County for sure. Bergen County. Yeah, I was in Palisades Park, right next to Leonia and Fort Lee. So, where in Bergen County do you live? Bergen County is a pretty big county. Okay, so let me go over another goal that I have, and I talked a little bit about it before, but let's get a little bit more specific. So let's talk about my YouTube goals real quick. Okay, so this year for YouTube, I've got it written down right here. Let's put it right here. I mentioned it in my my last video of 2018, but I want to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year. And you know, some people are like, you shouldn't be about the numbers, you shouldn't be about subscriber count, and that's not what defines my YouTube channel's worth to me, so don't get me wrong with that. But for me, it's a way to measure how well my videos are doing and how well it's reaching and converting. And so I look at my YouTube channel from mostly a business standpoint as well. And when I say that, I mean like looking at the analytics, looking at how my videos are doing, looking at how people are receiving my videos, looking at the watch time, because I could see the percentage of my video that people watch, right, overall. So we have analytics that we can look up, and so for me, like I want to make videos that people want to watch and people are engaged in or engaged with. And so in order for me to do that, I need to look into the analytics. So so for me, looking at numbers is important. And so hitting 100K is the goal for this year. I think I could surpass it, but we'll see. So Fairlawn, yeah, Fairlawn. There's I used to go to Gotham City Diner in Fairlawn a lot, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, Copen, you're from Ridgefield, New Jersey. What? We were like neighbors. That's crazy. I wonder if we ever crossed paths and we didn't even know it. Okay, yeah. So 100K, and how I'm gonna do that is, and this is part of my goals, is I'm gonna get to a point where I can upload on a weekly schedule. Because right now I've been doing once a week, but I'm gonna upload twice a week. So I'm going to have a video that comes out during the weekday and then a video that comes out during the weekend. I think that works best for my channel. And I want to get to that point. It's darn near impossible to do that right now with the way that I edit. But I think next year, because hopefully I could free up more time as I'm not renewing and I'm not teaching at this camp again, I could free up more time to be able to do that. And so being more consistent, pushing out more content, and also tweaking the content that I put out. So I kind of have a better idea of what a lot of people like to see. And again, that goes with looking at the analytics. It's funny because in the analytics, or we have what's called Studio, YouTube Studio, which is where you can look up the numbers. And on each video, you can see how many people subscribe from that video, and you can also see how many people unsubscribe from the video. And I've noticed a trend on some of my videos that people unsubscribe from, and the type of videos those are, and they tend to be like the same type of videos. So yeah, so like for me, if people are like constantly unsubscribing from those type of videos, then I probably shouldn't do it that much, right? Things like that. And it wasn't like videos that I had a passion for, right? I think there's a balance with pushing out content that you really want to push out and that you have a passion for, but also pushing out content that adds value to the people that are following you, right? So that's one of the things that I want to do. And also I want to collab more with people. I think other creators here in Korea that we share the same vibe, on our channels, or kind of the same cultural type of content. So I want to do that, and I think that'll be a good way to grow as well. And we can help grow each other's audience, and so that's something that I want to do. And let's see, Arlissa, I think you said you want to get to, let's see, get to 100 subs. 1,000 subs would be awesome. That's a good goal to have. It's very attainable. Very attainable. So it's all about the type of content that you're putting out and figuring out what people want to see in your niche, and then just creating more content with that. So, Catherine, first time watching me live. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. So yeah, so those are my YouTube goals. Also, in relation to, I guess, my YouTube goals is I want to be able to have the option of going full-time on YouTube this year. And so I'm going to be working hard to do that because I think this started out as a hobby. I had no intention of making this into like a full-time thing the first few months. But then after, I was like, you know what? This is something that I really love. I started seeing the impact that my videos are having on people, especially like the earlier like epic videos when I was documenting my process of going on my epic journey. And from there, I was like, wow, this is a good way to impact people, to add value to people's lives. And if I can do this more on a consistent basis without having to worry about working another job or doing this after hours, that would be ideal, right? I mean, most YouTubers, or a lot of YouTubers think that way, right? When they're starting out, of course they would want to go full-time with it. But then when I really started like doing more of the culture-related videos and the videos on my story, and then I had the video with Cindy Wilson, who is a Korean adoptee, and that's doing really well as far as getting her story out, and then like of course the story of my parents, things like that. That's adding like a certain amount of value to people's lives and really inspiring people, maybe motivating people. I started thinking I really want to do more of that because one, I enjoy it, and two, it's really helping people. So I want to be able to do more of it. So I want to go full time with YouTube this year. And there's different, I don't know how much you guys know about how to monetize on YouTube, but there's many different ways to do it. There's ads, there's sponsored videos. There's so many different ways. So I'm going to capitalize on as much as I can. But really, ultimately, I just want to push out better content and more content for you guys, content that you guys want to see. And so that's definitely the goal for this year. Awesome. Let's see. Simply Deep. Let's see. My apologies if it's not the right question to ask you. Oh, let me scroll up. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations caused by either a practical joke or sleazy mind game by some chick that will get you laughed at by your friends? I don't know. I don't know maybe if you give me some examples of movies. And there's really nothing out of, out of the limit of what you can ask here. Just keep it clean and friendly. But if you give me an example of a movie, maybe I can tell you. But I don't know off the top of my head. So what is your advice for people who have depression or eating disorders? Man, I don't know if I'm really qualified to give advice, but what I would say is right off the bat is definitely talk to somebody. Talk to someone you trust, and definitely get help for that, because whenever you're in a situation where you are depressed or you're facing like some sort of a disorder, you definitely don't want to keep that to yourself, because you're not the only one that's going through it. So I would definitely suggest that you talk to somebody and get the help that you need to get. So, hopefully that helps. But yeah, I haven't really dealt with that, so I don't want to act like I know all the right answers, but I definitely know that you need to talk to somebody and not walk through it alone. So, let's see. Sunny Kim, hi, hello, annyeong. Hello. Favorite Korean food? Samgyeopsal, which is pork belly. Kim Marie, good to see you're doing well. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm doing really well. So can't complain. American Pie movies. I haven't seen American Pie. Man, that was like 20 years ago, right? I haven't seen movies like that. That was never like my type of movies. So, can you do vlogs around Korea, like a day in the life type of videos? Yeah, definitely. I think probably after I move to Seoul, which will be next month, I'll probably do some more vlogs, especially when I get to the 2 videos a week. And the thing is, I need something to vlog. I need to be doing something that's vlog worthy. And being here in Daejeon and working and just editing my videos, there's not too much to do. So whenever there's something like big or significant that I'm doing, obviously I'll try to vlog it, or at least that was the case this past year. But yeah, once I move to Seoul, I think there will be a lot more chances for me to like show you guys around and to do different things. And so I'll definitely bring out some more vlogs. I enjoy making vlogs too, because it's like making a mini story, a mini movie. So let's see. Yo, King, have you ever heard of El Pino 323 Mexican restaurant? Was that the restaurant that Asian Boss just did a video on? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, actually. No, I haven't tried it. I want to try it because I was watching that video actually yesterday. And I know he's like authentic with his Mexican food. So I definitely want to try that. Definitely want to try that. Let's see. Let's see. Where am I now? I am in my, it's kind of a living room. This is like an office room, and it's not really like a separated room, but this is like an extension of my living room. If you're asking which city I'm in Daejeon, and that's in Korea, obviously. So, life is a journey. Your editing skills is out. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm definitely trying to get better at my editing with each video, and so learning and growing one day at a time. Any plan on visiting Japan anytime soon? I feel like you're going to love it there, especially Tokyo. I actually visited Tokyo last year. I visited in August, and I only went for 3 or 4 days, and I was by myself, but I really did enjoy it. The only bad part about it was, well, really 2 things, and it was nothing against Tokyo or Japan. It was so hot, so I picked the worst time to go, like for my first trip. And then I was also by myself, so I haven't traveled much in my life, so it was a little difficult to like plan my trip and to figure out what to do. So I ended up making a photo trip out of it. So I just took like mad pictures, and I went to like the touristy spots and just took pictures. But I had a really good time. The food was good, and the people were nice there too. You know, they're very, very quiet for the most part, but they were very nice and respectful, so I really appreciated that. More videos with your mom. Yes. So my mom doesn't live here in Korea. She lives in the States, but I do want to do more videos with her. So hopefully the next visit that either she makes, or if I make a visit before she visits again, I'll definitely try to make some more videos with her. So it's definitely fun to make videos with her, and clearly she's more popular than me. So so I'll get her on the channel again for sure. Let's see. Let's go over some more goals that I have for myself real quick. And then you guys feel free to tell me your goals as well. So I went over my physical goals. I went over my YouTube goals. Let's see. I went over the fact that I want to increase my Korean fluency for sure. Oh yeah, so I want to actually... Well, I guess it's not really a goal, it's more of a plan, but I want to talk about my move to Seoul real quick. So right now I'm in Daejeon, moving to Seoul either mid-February or at the end of February at the latest. So the plan is to move to Seoul, and right now I'm trying to figure out some of my options in terms of teaching. I don't want to teach full-time, so I'm not going to do that again, but I might teach part-time and then focus on the YouTube channel, and also I might try to get some other gigs that I'm working on here and there, and also focus on the project that I have going on right now. So when I move to Seoul in February, I'm going to hit the ground running with all of these different things, And so it's going to be imperative that I have my schedule organized and I stay focused. But for those of you guys that have noticed, I've been doing some videos in a new location and also taking some pictures in a new location. And so there's actually a studio space that me and 3 other guys where we've leased out, and we're building our own video and also photography studio. And so the past few months we've been working really hard. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to be there as much with helping with the renovation, but yeah, we've been doing a lot of work, and we've got a couple of working sets in there. We've got an office in there as well, so we all have a space where we can come and edit and have meetings. So I'm going to be focusing on that, and that's something that we're going to grow into an actual business. So right now we're just in the preliminary stages of setting everything up. So that's another thing that I'm going to focus on. So tonight's video is going to be the first video on my channel where we're going to use the new set, and I'm very excited about it. And so tonight it's going to be with my boy Mike Coleman. His YouTube channel is Mikole, Mikole. So that's going to be released in about 10 hours, I think. Yeah, so that's going to go live in 10 hours. So you get a chance to see that, but I'm very excited because it looks so good. It looks so good. So we have also the kitchen set that we already did and we finished. And if you guys remember my duck mukbang video, I did it with our kitchen set. So that's our studio space. And the plan is to obviously shoot our own videos there, but also we are going to rent out the space to other creators or anybody else who needs video work done and also photography done. So that's something that I'm going to be capitalizing on this year and putting a lot of time and effort. So would you ever go on TV show in Korea if you had the chance? Absolutely. So that's one of my goals for this year, is to get on Korean TV and to land maybe a reoccurring role or a guest role of some sorts, and then eventually get into reoccurring stuff. So that's definitely the goal, and that's one of the reasons why I want to get better at my Korean, because I need to be able to just flow easily in Korean in conversation on these shows. So yeah. By the way, how is the stream looking? Is the stream looking okay? Because I'm getting a notification here that there might be some streaming issues, but if you guys can hear me and see me okay, then just let me know. All right. The set looks good. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Awesome. Do you ever see yourself returning to live in the U.S.? As of right now, no. I don't plan on returning, but I know the U.S. is there in case I need to return or want to return. But right now, I plan on staying in Korea, and it's a long-term thing. So we'll see. What area of Seoul are you moving to? I'm hoping to move into the Hapjeong or Mangwon area, as per the recommendation of some of my friends. And one, because it's a very centralized location where you can get anywhere with the subway line very easily, anywhere that I would need to get to. And also it's close to a lot of restaurants. The nightlife is around that area as well. So it's just a lot of good options. So I'm going to be looking starting, I want to say, beginning of February for places to move into. So awesome. Thank you for the feedback, guys. Everything looks great. Sound is good. It is about 720p, so it's okay. Good. So yeah, that's the max I can do for my webcam is 720p. So again, hopefully next time I'll be able to use this bad boy right here, and the stream is going to look so good once I figure out how to hook it all up. Oh, yeah. Happy Bunch says, great background set. Candle adds a nice mellow touch. Thank you. Yeah, I love the candle. Even though the wick is like starting to disappear, so it's hard to light it now. But so anyways, yeah. So went over those goals. I've got a couple of other like random goals, but I want to hear from you guys. What are some of your goals that you have for this year, and how are you going to accomplish it? Let's see. You're a lot more focused than my 2 years in Korea. I spent way too much time out at night. Torrance. Um, yeah, hopefully you had a good time. I'm focused because there are certain things that I want to do and accomplish here. And I actually knew what I wanted before I came here. So I really I wanted to come through teaching, of course, because that was kind of the best option for me at the time. But I wanted to eventually get into media and entertainment and music as well. So I knew that the faster I hit the ground running and the harder I hit it, the faster I'll be able to accomplish those goals. So that's why I'm as focused as I am. Again, for people who come and they want to just enjoy their time here, they want to go out, they want to travel, that's good. I kind of envy that here and there because that's stuff that I want to do as well. But, everyone has their own goals and their own intentions. So I think as long as you don't disrespect the culture, you're good. But yeah, that's why I'm so focused. See, Shelly, half my soul. She'll be in Seoul in April. Search for her birth mother. And one goal is to move there full time to experience your Korean roots while growing. Yeah, so Shelly is Shelly. That's awesome. That's awesome. I didn't know you wanted to move here full time. Or move here permanently. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So Shelly is another fellow Halfie she does YouTube as well, so you can check out her channel. But I guess, let's see. Well, you grew up with and correct me if I'm wrong, you grew up with your father in the States and your mother returned back to Korea when you were like 1 or 2, right? So she has a very powerful story as well. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, Shelly, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We'll definitely connect when you get here for sure. Let's see. I'm getting guardianship of my younger sister this summer, so I'm proud of myself. That's awesome. Should celebrate for sure. Learn Korean and more about Korea's culture. Army forever. Awesome. Peaceful person, clearing my workout space as I listen to your live. You're doing your goal right now. You're accomplishing it. So that's pretty cool. Okay. See, life is a journey. I am visiting Korea this summer for 2 weeks. Awesome. I'm assuming that's your first time. Is it your first time? You're going to love it if it is. You're going to absolutely love it. So, will you vlog the new spot when you move? Of course. Of course. I'll do a tour. Life is a journey, starting to exercise and diet. One of the goals for this year. Very awesome. Registered at the new gym. Awesome. Saving as much money as I can for early retirement. Do it. Come up with a plan. I used to I did a little bit of financial planning. I was in financial services for 2 years in New York City. So, yeah, just look at your options and make it happen. Look into real estate as well, if that's something that you want to get into, investing in real estate. I think it's one of the best ways to accumulate wealth and also cash flow. So, yeah, that was my jam. So that's something that I'll be getting back into once I build some funds back up. Shelly, that's awesome. Okay. Skylar. Oh, wait. Speaking of Skylar, I see your comments, but I want to address the question of how did I come up with my YouTube channel name. So my Korean name is Hanul, which means sky. And obviously Cedric is my English name. And so Cedi is kind of a cute little nickname that like my friends used to call me, and some people still call me that. So like I think 2013, when I first moved to New Jersey, or right before I moved to New Jersey, I wanted to switch over my email from Cedi Boy. That used to be my old email for like maybe 10 years since high school. Cedi Boy at msn.com. And I remember I wanted to kind of start over and come up with a new email. So I was just thinking, you know what? I've got my new name, my Korean name, and then I've got my English name, and let's just put it together. So Skycedi, and that's all it was. So it had nothing to do with the YouTube channel, but I eventually I grew to love that name even more, and so I eventually just chose it for my channel name, and that's how it happened. So let's see. Skylar says, one of my goals is to write more because I didn't write as much as I wanted last year. Also, I want to go to the gym more and get better at speaking Korean since my writing is, well, awesome. Awesome. I love the gym goals. I love the gym goals. You guys just make it happen. Just be consistent and do it. Alyssa, grow my YouTube channel, find a job in TV here in Florida, and finally become conversationally fluent in Korean. Awesome. I love that. I love that. Let's see. Torrance says, seeing your mom in Korea gave me flashbacks. My mom came to visit in 2016 and she couldn't believe it. We had so much fun since she hasn't or since we haven't been back since 1997. Wow. Yeah. That's 20 years as well. That's a long time. Big change. 1997, that was around the time of when the government wasn't doing so well financially. So, yeah, it must have been like a crazy difference for her to see. So, Lindsay, goal to teach in Korea for fall 2019. Awesome. Do you plan on doing that through Epic? Or do you want to go through Hagwon? Do you want to do university? Emily Lewis, have you seen any teachers over 50 years old teaching? Because that's what I'm planning to do. I don't know if they were 50 or so, but I think I've seen a few who were definitely in their mid 40s at least at my orientation. And so an Epic technically can and should be able to hire even in the 50s. So if you're referring to Epic, university positions, definitely there are some professors that are up there as well. So as far as like in their 40s and 50s. So depending on what you want to teach and where you want to teach and what you're qualified to teach, I think it's definitely possible. But that's just based off of me assuming, just seeing other teachers that are in their 40s and 50s as well. Started grad school. Peaceful person. Awesome. 이름 예뻐요. Thank you. My name is pretty, she said. Thank you. Right. Man, I love reading your goals. It's so cool. Right now I'm studying for my graduate school exam, so after I am done, I will take a break for the summer to visit Korea. That's a good way to finish, I think. So, sweet. So good luck with that. Have you learned Hanja? No, not really. I mean, there are a couple of like Korean Hanja words that I know, and I'm learning. As a matter of fact, I have a book right here that I started reading. So this is Talk to Me in Korean's Your First Hanja Guide. And this is really, really good because it started opening up my eyes to how many, like if you study Hanja, which is like the Chinese, like the Korean words that come from Chinese characters in the Chinese language, which is a big part of the Korean language, you'll start to discover that a lot of words are related to each other because they come from the same root word or from the same Hanja word. And so it just kind of like started blowing my mind just how many words, like how I can make the connections now with like different Korean words, and I can understand why certain words are the way they are. So I started studying this, but I haven't really like studied it fully, and I haven't like been studying like the Chinese characters or anything like that, like the strokes or how to make the characters. I just study the Korean part and what the words mean. So, but a lot of Korean students here, I think they have to have like a very, very simple basic level of Hanja understanding, but it's not required to obviously speak and to learn Korean. So let's see. 안 추워요? 반팔 입었어요. Yeah, No, I'm not cold. I have my heater on, so it's okay. All right. Just reading through some more of your comments. Are you guys doing okay? Let's see. There's 65 of you guys on, so that's pretty cool. I don't wanna keep blabbering on about my goals, but I love reading your goals. I just moved from Daegu last summer, and I loved it. Let's see. Dimitri, you make mid-40s sound ancient. Yeah, as I was like kind of explaining that, I realized I didn't word it I didn't word it too well, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend if I did, because I'm actually in my mid-30s. At the turn of the year, I turned 35 in Korean age, so yeah, it's crazy. Almost 40. I'm almost 40. Torrance, did you get any free stuff at markets for being half Korean or trying the language? I haven't been to a lot of markets here. I think I went a few times with my mom, and then maybe here and there I'll go. Like if I'm out and about, and there's a market there, but I don't think I've gotten any free stuff. But I've gotten service though at like restaurants here and there for trying Korean or speaking Korean rather. Because there's some like nice people that are like, oh, there's some foreigners that are speaking Korean, and they just like, okay, we'll give you service, which is like something free that they'll give you. So at a restaurant, they might give you like a free appetizer or a free dish or something, like anything free in addition to what you ordered, and that's called service here. So that's happened. Start traveling, go back to studying different languages, go back to drawing, continue to make music, following dreams, and take actions. No excuses. I love that. I love that. That's pretty much very similar to my goals as well. So got to get back into making music, which is another thing that I'm gonna do this year. So music was actually my first love. I've been a federal employee for the government for the past 14 years. My goal is to find a position in Yongsan or Daegu by 2020. Okay, federal employee, where at? In Korea or or in another country? But that's interesting. That's awesome. George Reed. Yeah, I'm 35 in Korean age. Internationally, I'm 33. So like at the turn of the year, you always in Korean age you always become like the next age regardless on January 1st. And so but yeah, I'm 33. I'm turning 34 in February. So next month I'll be 34. You don't look 35. Thank you. Yeah. I honestly, I look at pictures of me 10 years ago. I look the same, minus my hair. My hair has changed over the years, but I look pretty much the same. I feel like I can tell that I'm getting a little older in my face, but I look the same. I don't know. Like, I'm not doing anything special. I think it's the working out. I think the working out helps. So, Ari Lee is 30, so you are either 28 or 29 internationally. Very cool. Torrance, we were the same age, that Korean genetics. Oh man, yeah, I love it. I really hope that when I'm 40, I will look the exact same. So that's only a couple of years away. Let's see. Torrance says, let's read Torrance. He says, Colorado Springs, working for the Department of the Army. Okay, awesome. As a civilian or are you active duty? The Happy Bunch. Do you watch K-dramas? What's your favorite American movie? And did you watch Crazy Rich Asians? And what do you think of it? Oh, man. I don't watch any dramas right now, but I want to start Sky Castle, which is a very popular drama. I actually started watching the first episode, but I think it was late and I got sleepy or something like that. But I want to watch Sky Castle because that's getting a lot of attention right now which is on Netflix. And my favorite American movie, I would have to say, one of my favorite American movies would be The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith. And if you haven't seen it, it's a really powerful movie based on a true story. But basically, just a father. He becomes a single father. He struggles with selling like his medical equipment, and he gets to a point where he's homeless, and his wife leaves him, and he's trying to care for his son. And I don't want to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it, but it's very motivational and inspirational. So that's probably my favorite American movie. And Crazy Rich Asians, you know what? I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. But I haven't seen many movies in the past year or so. Not that I have anything against movies or watching movies, but it's just been so busy. But yeah, I want to watch it. King wants to travel to Thailand. Well, you already did that. You're in there now. That's pretty cool. Japan and Philippines. 2, start a YouTube channel. 3, online marketing. 4, fire my boss in America. I think we talked a little bit about that, King. Yeah, awesome goals, man. I love that you're living out your goals right now. Actually, living your life and enjoying your life is pretty cool. George Reed, is 35 in Korea not the same as 35 in the U.S.? So no, it's not. So again, yeah, the moment January 1st hits, you become the next age, and the reason is like. In Korean age, how it works is like the moment you're born as a kid, you're automatically 1 year old. So you can be born on January 1st, and then you'll be 1 year old. You could be born in the same year, or another person can be born in the same year on December 31st, right before the turn of the new year, and be 1 year old. So they're the same age. So it's pretty convenient in a sense of like, especially when you're like looking at schools and how like the students age, like all the students in a particular grade, they're all the same age, despite their birthday, right? And so, whereas obviously in the West or internationally, you don't become one until a year after you're born, 365 days after you're born. So that's kind of how it works. I'm watching Memories of the Alhambra. I haven't heard of that. George, yeah, that's true. Let's see. My dad is African American, and my mother and father watch K-dramas all day with their high-speed dish network. That's cute, yo. That's really cute. That your dad is watching it too. Let's see. The Pursuit of Happiness is really good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think I cried the first time I saw it. At the end, that moment where I mean, I guess I'll say it, the moment where he got his position or his job and he started crying. Oh my gosh, I broke. Man, it was crazy. "808 slowly. What happened to the food vlogs you were supposed to be doing? Waiting for them." Oh man, I'm waiting to do them, to be honest. So the last few months, with I want to say starting around October, I had 5 camps in a row, and that was like an intense time. And halfway through that, my mom came, and after that, I had a few camps in December, and now I have 4 camps in a row. Just finished one last week, or this past week, yesterday, and so. Again, not to make an excuse, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I just didn't have the time. And so it was really difficult. So, but what I did have the time to do is maybe on the weekend, if I'm in Seoul, I'll knock out a video or two with, like the duck mukbang, or the video that I'm uploading tonight. I'll knock out a video with somebody. And they're usually the talking videos, so a little bit easier to edit, quicker to edit than the vlogs or the food ones. And yeah, so that's kind of what happened. But it's not that I forgot about it. I'm going to get back into it. It's just I got to get over this hump for the next set of camps. And then once I transition to Seoul, then I'm all on it. I'm all on it. So don't worry, don't worry. Black Korea, Fayetteville, NC in the house, 910 for sure. It's my hometown right there, Fayetteville. Danny, newly subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. Ari Lee, do you have good relationships with your family? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Very close to my immediate family, at least. Yeah. I just wish I could see them more, because we're obviously on the other side, opposite sides of the world. So, do you have a favorite Korean food, and what recommendations would you have for people still trying the Korean cuisine? Also, what tool did you use or are you using to learn Korean? So if you're asking for like first time Korean food, like a good cuisine, I would say you can't go wrong with Korean barbecue. So like maybe going with pork belly, samgyeopsal, or like maybe 제육볶음, which is like a pork fried meat with rice type of thing, or kalbi, bulgogi, things like that. I think those are safe bets. And you can go to any barbecue restaurant in Korea, and it'll be good, I think, for first time. As far as the things that I'm using to learn Korean or to study Korean, I use a lot of resources from Talk to Me in Korean. So if you check out talktomekorean.net, you'll find that there are a lot of awesome resources. There are grammar lessons. There are many different books. So I have some books, like I showed you the Hanja Guide. I don't know if you're on here when I showed this. And I have a couple of other, like I have a conversation book. I have like vocabulary books right here. So I'll just kind of study that. And then also I'll watch Korean YouTube. Right now my favorite YouTube channel is What's Up Man. So I watch that, and I'll obviously just like whenever I hang out with my Korean friends, I'll try to speak Korean as well. So that's kind of been my practice and how I study. All right. Torrance. Oh, that's a good question. Biggest difference in Korean and American girls in your opinion, personality-wise? I guess it really depends, obviously, on the context, right? So, I don't know. I think. Sorry, clear out this notification here. Yeah, I think. Man, how can I answer this? It's hard to answer in generalities and to make blanket statements, but like a lot of the American girls that I grew up with, they're man, how do I answer this? I want to tread carefully because I don't want to say anything that I don't mean, right? So when it comes to like hanging out with like American girls and friends, I feel like in my experiences, the American girls that I've been friends with, we can go out, we can hang out, maybe go to a movie or go to like a restaurant, or just hang out in a group of friends and be cool, and then maybe just on social media here and there on Instagram or Facebook we'll just connect. But I feel like with my Korean friends, there's more of a conversation, like Korean girls, there's more of a conversation that happens throughout the day. And this is like talking like we're not talking like relationship or anything like that in terms of like dating. We're talking just like friendship. So I've noticed that like with a lot of my Korean friends, we'll talk throughout the day, and it can be just kind of random. Maybe on like Messenger or Katok, right? And so there's more of a relationship that just kind of happens throughout the day, and more of a communication versus like my American friends is just kind of like with these girls, like it's just I see you when I see you, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Let's hang out. If not, then maybe the next weekend. With like a lot of the Korean girls, it's just kind of constant, like, just communication. So I've kind of noticed that on my end. You can't just roll up on a Korean girl like you do an American girl. Let's see. I'm from Wilmington. Emily's from Wilmington. I've been to Wilmington a few times. But lives here in Seattle. Awesome. Tteokbokki or kimchi jjigae? I think the short term tteokbokki, but the long term, if I had to choose one to live with, it would be kimchi jjigae. Because that I can eat every day, I think. I can eat kimchi jjigae every day if I had to. Tteokbokki, I can't. Good question. Callie Love says, have you ever faced blatant racism in Korea? I'm not sure how fluent you speak Korean, but like, have you heard people talk about you and they didn't know you understood Korean? I haven't faced any blatant racism here in Korea. I probably will at a certain point, I would imagine, but I haven't. I've had situations where, and I don't know, because like if I'm with a group of foreigners and then we're at a restaurant, I've had 2 instances that I can think of where maybe the server was absolutely like jerks to us, and I don't know if it was because she was having a bad day or he was having a bad day, or because we were just a group of foreigners. So that's kind of hard to tell. And they would just like kind of ignore us in a sense. Like we'd ask them for something, they just like serve the other tables, and you know, we kind of noticed that. But that's pretty much what I can recall from my experience here. As far as people talking about me in Korean, I have not heard. I can understand enough to where, you know, I'll know if someone's talking about me. The only time that I remember anyone mentioning to me or like overhearing anyone talk about me is when my mom was here and we were in Busan. I remember we were on the train and like there were people like, when me and my mom were together, it's funny, especially in Busan, like people would like just look at us and just like try to figure out like what's the connection there? Like why is this like older Korean woman with this young like foreigner looking, you know, dark skinned foreigner looking dude? And so there was one time where we heard like these 2 ladies talk about us, but not in a bad way. They were just like, you know, what? That's kind of weird. I wonder like, you know, why they're together. And so that's the only thing that I can recall. So hopefully I won't face anything that's like super bad or like crazy racism or discrimination. But I mean, the reality is I might. So we'll see. I'll share it if I ever come across it though, for sure. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Black Korea, I'm 30 minutes from Seoul. Let's link up. I'm trying to do marketing and media here. Oh, snap, for sure. Oh, I thought you were still living in Fayetteville. Okay, cool. Your dad was stationed at Pope. So was mine. My dad retired from Pope in 1993. Ari Lee, ever date a Korean girl? Yeah, I've dated several Korean girls. I think my last few relationships, kinda-ish, complicated. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. But yeah, Korean girls I have. But I've dated different types of girls. Oh, okay, so that was a question. Would you ever date a Korean girl? It's in 2 parts. Yes. Yes, I would. Do you usually speak Korean in all Korean during everyday conversations? Say like at convenience stores, restaurants? Yeah, if I'm ever like in public here, I speak Korean. Like if I go to a convenience store, any restaurant, I speak Korean. And with my Korean friends, I try to speak Korean, or sometimes we'll, depending on how good their English is, we might go back and forth. And then obviously with my foreigner friends, I'll speak English. So, but yeah, I'll speak Korean in public here though. Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. I lived on Seymour Johnson. I know where that is. I don't think I've been there, but I know where that is. How do you feel about black hyung? Do you mean like hook hyung? That term? I I think it depends. I think it really depends because I had one of my closer friends. He used to call me, and we were like best friends. He used to call me Hookyoung, just to kind of, I guess, play around. But it was more of an endearing type of thing. So I didn't find it offensive, but I think it depends on who is saying it or how they're saying it, like the intention upon which they're saying it. But if they say it in a derogatory way, then I have an issue with it. But I don't necessarily have a problem with it. Where in Jersey were you when you lived out here? I was in Palisades Park. Oh, you were born and raised in Hoboken? Yeah, I've been out to Hoboken a couple of times. I went to Carlos Bakery out there when they were like really big on TLC. That was the first time I've been to Hoboken. But then I used to go to a few networking events out there here and there when I was doing financial services. So I've been to Hoboken. Very pretty city. Very pretty city. Nice view of Manhattan from Hoboken as well. So I've been out there. But yeah, I lived in Palisades Park for 5 years. Callie Love, you're welcome. You're welcome. I know, right? Let's see. So many fellow North Caroliners in here. That's right. Washington, NC. Let's see. Was it ever mentioned how you applied to your program through a recruiter directly? Yeah, actually, in one of my first few videos, I mentioned that I ended up going through a recruiter. And my recruiter was Korean Horizons. So I did not apply directly. I went through a recruiter, and it worked out beautifully. Carlos Bakery, yummy. Yeah, it was yummy. They also had one at in Times Square connected to Port Authority. So I went there a little bit more because I used to, I had to go to Port Authority to go to work. So yeah, it was pretty good. Torrance, dated Korean girls in Korea. And like I said, I learned communication is key. That's right. Yeah, they definitely love to communicate a lot more consistently for sure. I don't have a problem with that as long as I have the time, or I'm not like tied up. Then yeah, I love communicating. I love just like text messaging throughout the day, so it's cool with me. Are you vegan, vegetarian, or normal? That's a funny way to ask a question. No, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. Oh, did you ask that before? I'm sorry if you did and I didn't see it. No, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I eat meat and I don't have any special diet, to be honest. I used to be more, I used to have the bro diet, like just eating chicken breasts and broccoli and rice and yeah, too expensive. Carlos Bakery still in Port Authority. Yeah. Oh man. Good old Times Square. Love-hate relationship with that place. Yeah. So, do you still do your protein shakes out there? I don't. I don't do protein shakes, even though I used to. I think the biggest reason is, one, money. Two, I don't have the protein shakes that I used to drink back in the States, like the powder I used to get. I can't find here, not easily. I can get it shipped from the US, but then that'll be like way more expensive than what I want to pay. So I just kind of, I'll be honest, I was pretty slacking on the diet or the nutrition part last year or this past year. So, but I did protein shakes for many years. I would usually just take one after my workout and maybe supplement. If I didn't get enough calories in the day, I would like take one maybe before I sleep. I would take like a slow digesting protein or just throughout the day. So yeah. Were you really buff on the bro diet? So in the end of 2007, I decided to go on my first bulk. So I went through my first bulking phase, and at that point I was 180 pounds. and I didn't have a frame or anything. I was just kind of there, kind of like a little chubby. And yeah, so I bulked up and I did the bro diet, right? I just like ate so many calories and I lifted heavy and I got up to 215 pounds. And then the following year I went through my first cut, and from there I actually got all the way down to the 160s, which was pretty extreme. But from there, that's where I learned a couple of things. One, for my frame, I have a very small frame. So my bones are very, like, you could look at my bone structure, it's very thin. So it actually kind of worked for me to be smaller. Because genetically, like with both my parents, they're actually like small frame people. And two, like I just felt better at a lighter weight. So from there, that's where I kind of stayed in the 160s, like at my leanest, like mid 160s, to like 173. So right now I'm about 170, and it's shocking to people, but because I'm so tall. But yeah, I have a little bit of muscle on my frame now from just the first few years of working out. So yeah, but I did get pretty big. I don't have many pictures from that time, unfortunately. Actually, I do, but a lot of them were with my ex, and I deleted them. So. Alexis. Hey, Alexis. How do you deal with being away from your family? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your first year in South Korea and why? So, I talk to my mom most of the time out of like all of my family members. We'll connect at least once a week, but sometimes more than once a week on either FaceTime or we'll just do like a phone call. And she mostly calls me. So, but so I don't know. And also for me, it might sound weird, but I actually watch my videos with my family a lot. I'll go back and rewatch some videos, so that helps me just to, I don't know, satisfy that craving of seeing my family, right? So I'll do that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate my first year in Korea? Generally, I want to say, I don't know. It would be high up there. I want to say 9. Yeah, I would probably say 9. 10 being perfection, right? Like everything was just perfect. But 9 being, I felt very emotionally fulfilled and also creatively fulfilled being here. What doesn't make it perfect is just, the fact that, I have to work still, I have a job, but, that's life, right? So, and I'm not complaining about that. It was, but in a perfect world, it would be a 10, right? Where I could just like make videos all day and just go out and eat food and show you guys. So, but yeah, I've had a really good time. It's been a very busy time, but enjoyed my time, my first year in Korea for sure. So I'm hoping it gets better. Let's see, protein is better from Whole Foods instead of powders anyway. Man, Whole Foods. Yeah, it'd be nice if we had a Whole Foods here. Not that I went to Whole Foods in the States, but let's see. Which protein shake would you recommend? The one that I took for many years that I love is Optimum Nutrition. And I think that's probably one of the more popular ones. Just a very solid whey protein. Optimum Nutrition. I used to buy it from bodybuilding.com or Vitamin Shop. And so that was good. And I would either get a chocolate shake and just like down it, add water to it and just like chug it. Or I would like mix the vanilla powder with, I would do strawberry, like frozen strawberry, fresh banana, and a little bit of fruit juice, and make a protein shake that way. I did that for years. Very good, very good. So that was probably a solid 250 calories plus 40 grams of protein. I would do a scoop and a half. So that was my biggest that's my biggest recommendation as far as protein powders. Let's see. I am 180 centimeters, so 6 feet even. And Why did you choose Korean Horizons as a recruiter versus others, and what was your experience? Oh, thank you for the compliment. I chose Korean Horizons because when I started my journey of when I decided that I was going to use a recruiter, I applied to Korean Horizons online, or I just submitted an application saying I'm interested, and also I did what's the name? Corvia. I did Corvia, and I did maybe 2 or 3 others. I have it written down somewhere who I applied to, and I heard back from Korean Horizons pretty much immediately within the day. Korean Horizons. For Corvia, I heard back. I can't remember how soon I heard back after I sent the initial application, but they said that they had no more space for me or something. Like, I was salty about that because I'm like, really? Like, so I guess they were like, they had a lot of recruits that intake or something. I don't know. So they wouldn't even like take me in. So and some of the other ones replied back. 1 or 2 others replied back, and I had to choose one. So I just chose Korean Horizons because like Alistair, who's the guy at Korean Horizons running the show, he followed up with me really quickly. Then we got on a call. He found out what I wanted, and I really liked how he was just straightforward and very informative. He could answer any question. He's been in Korea for 15 years or so. He's been recruiting for a while as well, so I knew that he knew his stuff. And throughout the process, like, if you send him an email, he's going to respond back ASAP. You could send him a message on Facebook. I mean, so the lines of communication were always open. Any question I had, he always answered. And so I felt like I got the attention. Also, after he helped me with submitting my application and documents, which he's on top of as well, he helped me with the interview. And so we did like a mock interview, and he went over some of the things that, would potentially come up in the interview. So he helped me prepare for the interview as well. So I literally am 100% satisfied with him. And I feel like it's better, more personalized service than any other recruiter. He is a bigger name recruiter as far as like his company being out there, because a lot of people know Korean Horizons. But as far as like being like a big company, he's not, you know? He's kind of running everything, and he manages everything very well. So, and he's been following up with me ever like this past year. Every couple of months, he'll send me an email. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? And so I love that. So that's why I chose Korean Horizons, and that was my experience. So, if you create and sell your own merchandise, that would be a boom. Oh, I've been thinking about that. Like, I want to definitely create merchandise. I'm going to figure out what kind of merch, and I also want to figure out how I'm going to create the merchandise. Like, if I want to just outsource that to like a third party, or if I want to actually create merch through like a local vendor here, and then actually get to a point where I can like do the shipping. But that might be more difficult being in Korea. I don't know. So I've been thinking about that. Like, I want to do like Seize the Day shirts. I've been thinking about that. So yeah, we'll see. How tall am I? Yeah, like I said, 6 feet. Torrance, my mom is 4'11", my dad is 6'2". You're 5'11". Yo, that worked out for you. My mom is pretty short as well. My mom is, I think she's 5'1" or 5'2". And my harmony, my mom's mom was actually 4 feet something. So my grandma was so cute. Yeah, so we got lucky, man. Actually, my dad was probably 5'9", so I don't know where I got my height from. My sister's pretty tall as well. So, ooh, any advice for choosing a major in college? I thought I knew what I wanted to do, but not anymore. Man. And if you guys want to chime in as well with your input, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do my first year or so in undergrad, so I just kind of chose something. But I ended up choosing communication, organizational communication, and it was pretty. I had fun with a lot of the classes, but the major itself was kind of worthless. But it's just my opinion. For me, I I would say go with something. I don't know. You gotta kind of like when it comes to picking a major. Uh, I guess at that point you gotta just kind of figure out what you want to do. And reverse engineer. In other words, kind of have maybe the end goal that you want to accomplish, or the field that you want to go into in mind, and then backtrack from there and figure out what steps do I need to take to get there. If it requires a certain degree or major, then you can consider doing that major, right? For example, certain fields, like if you want to be a doctor, you obviously know that you have to probably pick like biology or like a certain major for undergrad, and then you have to take a test and get accepted into grad school. So you got to reverse engineer like that. For, I don't know, like if you want to be a business person, for example, depending on the kind of business you want to open up, it is my opinion that you don't need a business degree to go into business for sure, especially in this day and age. But you have to kind of reverse engineer. What is my end goal? Do I want to be, for example, do I want to open up a studio, a video studio, and a photography studio, like what I'm doing? And is a degree required for that? And if it is, what kind of degree would be helpful in me achieving that? And so, yeah, you just got to figure out, I guess, what you're passionate about or what you want to do, rather, and pick something that will help you, pick a degree that will help you get to that. But, man, that's a whole nother, I don't want to really get too much into it because I have my own opinions on that as far as like college and schooling and depending on like what you want to do. But I think the biggest thing is having self-awareness of what you want to do and then just going from there. But yeah, so we'll leave it at that. Maybe on another stream one day we can talk a little bit more about that because I have degrees for me that I've spent 6 figures on and technically I'm not using it, right? The only advantage that I have for getting at least an undergraduate degree is I was able to come and teach through Epic. But at the end of the day, I didn't even need that if I could, like, for example, with what I wanted to do in Korea, I could have like found other ways around to getting to Korea through like me being half Korean and getting my F visa, and I could be doing what I'm doing without any college degree. So, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that you don't need college or college is worthless, but I think you just need self-awareness, and yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, a degree is definitely necessary for a lot of different fields. Seti Teddies is merch. I'll do it. I'll do it. Hey, is your hair natural or gelled because it looks nice? This is more natural, but I do put like I guess it's called like hair serum. So there's this like newer hair serum that I found here in Korea at Emart. I just put in my hair, and then I'll put a little bit of gel and just like comb it, and then put it in the man bun. Or if I have it down like I used to, like I put the same products in there. But I mean, it's natural. It's just kind of, if I didn't put anything in my hair would be frizzy like crazy. So I need to put stuff in my hair. How many languages can you speak? I know a little bit of Japanese and fluent Korean and English. I only speak, obviously, English at a native level and then Korean at an intermediate level. And that's it. What books would you recommend to learn Korean for English speakers? Again, talktomeinkorean.com has so many awesome like resources. And I definitely recommend that. They have books, they have videos. It's just an all-around great resource in a very simplistic way. So they don't take like a academic textbook approach. They take more of a natural, simplistic approach. And I think ultimately both approaches, if you use them together, the academic approach to like maybe some of the bigger grammar books or something like that, and you couple that with like Talk to Me in Korean, their simple resources, and I think that's the ultimate like study method right there as far as resources. So yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 hours, guys. Like, it's crazy. Time is flying. This is so much fun. Hope you guys are doing okay. Keep your arms up like that for the rest of the stream. Like what? What was I doing? I admire your parents for inspiring life they created together. Wishing you much success in your endeavors. And what are some challenges to reaching your goals? What excites you about pursuing them? Thank you so much for that comment. Challenges in reaching my goals would be time, I think, and not having enough time in the day, but also like my time management, figuring out what to focus on as a priority. So what I've found with myself in the past year, especially in the last few months, is I have so many things that I need to do. I have my YouTube, well, I have work, which I have to do because I need to live and I need to make the money. And then I have my YouTube shooting and editing, which is another job in and of itself. And then I have like the new project in Seoul with the studio that's happening. And then I need to study Korean and get better at that. And then also I still want to have a social life and actually hang out with friends and things like that. So I have all of these things, and I have in any given week X amount of time to do it. And I find that I don't have enough time in the day, but also at the same time, I need to be able to manage my time maybe a little bit better. So that way I can either fit things in or I don't know, just maybe focus less or spend less time on certain things. But definitely like the work, I can't spend less time on that because I got to work. And then the YouTube, I don't want to like sacrifice that and spend less time on that. So I think that's been the challenge. But what excites me about pursuing my goals, as cheesy as it sounds, is it helps me to become stronger mentally and just more disciplined. So I love the climb. I love the feeling of progress and just going through a certain process to accomplish something. So, for example, like I shared my goals earlier in the stream, I love the climb of, I want to reach 100K subscribers. How am I going to do it? All right, now let's grind and let's make it happen. And I love seeing how things happen every step of the way. And how I can accomplish like the small steps to get to the big one. So that's what excites me about it. And I can look back and say, wow, I was able to do that. And if I didn't accomplish it, I'm able to look back and say, what happened? What could I have done better? What could I have tweaked? So that's what really, really excites me. Do you have to moisturize your hair? I should moisturize my hair. I don't think I do. I shampoo and then I'll use conditioner every day in my hair, and then that's it. But I used to do deep conditioning. I used to put a hair mask on my hair back in the States, and the only reason why I don't do it now is because I don't know. Because I was gonna say, because like they don't really have it here in Korea. They don't have the one that I'm used to using in Korea, and so because of that, I just kind of stopped doing it. So, but I need to do it. See, Arlissa is laughing at Kimmy. Let people see those biceps. Oh my gosh. Peaceful person, if you're still on, have a good night. Thank you for joining. Chai like the tea. Do you think parents should teach their native language to their children even if they raise them in a different country? I personally think so. I think so. And speaking from my experience, like my mom obviously had me when, or in the United States. And she was more in her earlier years, even though she spoke to me and my sister in Korean, like it wasn't her priority to teach us Korean. Because I think the mindset was more because we're living in the States, and we need to like English is our main priority. So I remember speaking to her before moving to Korea, and she said she kind of regrets that. Um, and so, yeah, for me, it's a little bit more of a challenge to speak Korean now, but uh, I just have to take my own personal steps to get better at it. So I do encourage, even if you're not in that country, to teach your kids the native tongue of the parent. I think that would only be helpful, and it'll help them connect with the culture a lot more, because I always say like a big part of the culture is in the language of the people. So I have a certain appreciation for Korean culture through the language that I know, and and it's only gonna grow the more I get fluent. So I think so. Wow, Jay Butterfly. I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining. I know it's probably getting late for you guys on the east side. It's 11. It's 11. What is it? 11 p.m. Right? It's 11 p.m. So pretty solid fans here. Y'all the real MVPs, man. I appreciate y'all. Alex, what's up, brother? Mitch and Alex, he's one of my really, really good friends here in Korea. One of my inspirations as well. So, I got a video coming out with Alex next week, so I'm very excited about that. The video tonight is with, like I said, my friend Mike. But me, Alex, and Mike, we're all pretty close, and you've seen Alex on my channel a few times, so. Awesome. Guys, I think I'm going to just spend a few more minutes hanging out, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the stream in just a few minutes. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them, drop them below. Can you do these lives often? This is my first time having a YouTuber actually answer my questions. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I didn't mention one of the things that I want to do. One of my goals for this year is to connect with all of you guys on a very personal level, as much as I can, right? And I know I'm growing the channel, and I want to grow my influence and reach as much as possible, but I want to maintain just that closeness and that personal connection. So I do want to do lives a lot more this year, and also. Not only on YouTube, but through Instagram. So again, if you're not following me on Instagram, I want to do lives on there too, so make sure you follow me. On Instagram, I think I'll do more random lives. Maybe I'm just out and about, and I just feel like going live and showing you guys, or like talking to you guys. Maybe I'm lonely one night and I just want to hop on Instagram and talk, so I definitely want to connect with you guys a lot more this year through live. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing more lives. I want to say, I don't know if I'll have a schedule yet, but at least once a month, but I want to say maybe twice a month would be probably good for now. So yeah, we'll see. You don't miss your hometown in the States? Yeah, there's certain things I miss about Fayetteville, which is my hometown. I miss some of my older friends that I used to hang out with. I miss some of the food, and I miss that southern vibe. I don't miss it to the point where I ever want to go back to that. Like, I need to have that southern vibe, but I do miss the niceness of the people. Like, everyone is so nice and welcoming, and it's very, very calm. Too calm for my liking, because I like that fast pace, but it's very calm and just not as stressful. So I do miss that. Amy J. Thank you. He is doing great. Chai like the tea. You're welcome. Hello, first time watching you live. Hello. This is my second time going live. So, but yeah, I'm glad you're watching for the first time. I'll be doing more, so don't worry. Don't worry. Would you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend to travel? like if I had to choose between traveling or like if my girlfriend wanted me to like not travel, uh, I don't know. I would like to travel with her if anything. We could compromise. We could work something out, right? I don't know. I probably would choose the girlfriend over the traveling, honestly. But that's because like I find value in that relationship over maybe traveling. But ideally, I would like to do both. So, see, have you seen any TV personalities? Oh, what happened to my chat? What happened? Okay, yep. So, Chicago Low, have you seen any TV personalities? I have. One's in here right now, Alex Segrist. I don't know if he's still in here, Alex. But have I seen any? I think so. I've seen a few actually. Here and there, just going to some of these events here in Korea and connecting with some of these people. I've seen some TV personalities. Yeah. More so YouTube, like bigger YouTube personalities. I've seen many of them, met many of them, but a couple of TV personalities as well. Yeah. Glad I stumbled upon your channel a while ago. Thanks for the fun live chat. Do it more often. And if anyone hasn't, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for Skycedi. Teddy, yes, thank you so much. Marie Bell, yes, thank you. Do it. It helps me a lot if you guys like the chat and also watch the videos, share the videos. It really helps a lot. So appreciate you for sure. Spontaneous live sound, great for sure. Torrance, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And we'll do for sure, Torrance. So hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Awesome. Man, you guys are awesome. All right, so I think I'm going to end it here, everyone. Man, it's been 2 hours and 12 minutes, but it's been a fun 2 hours. And I'm definitely going to do this more. So I'm thinking probably by the end of January, maybe early February will be the next stream. I'll let you guys know. And I'll try to give you guys a little bit of notice as well. And hopefully by that time I can have this set up with the stream and the picture quality will be amazing. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. And again, I'm coming out with a video tonight with me and my friend Mike. And just to give you guys a sneak peek, it's going to be about his experience. He's a black man living in Korea, and he's been here for almost 5 years. And he just talks about his experiences in Korea. So I think a lot of you guys will find that interesting. I'm hoping to have the Korean subtitles done by tonight, but I think they'll be done by tomorrow if you need Korean subtitles. And yeah, so yeah, just be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be a good fun video. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I will catch you guys in the next stream, and before then, I'll connect with you on social media and also through the videos I upload. And yeah, that's that. So everyone enjoy your weekend, your Saturday or your Friday night if you're on the western side of the world. And yeah, thank you so much. And of course, as always, remember to seize the day. Peace.